All right, we're back with another pick'em video, and today we have a big slate of NBA games, so definitely a decent amount of value out there. I am kind of racing against the clock here to catch a train, though, so I'm going to speed this video up a little bit and only going to talk about 3 plays in this one. With that said, I might drop more in the pinned comment down below, and of course, if you're interested in getting access to all of my plays, check out the Discord community. That link is in the description of this video as well. Plenty of ways to get into that for free. There is a free part of the Discord as well, so yeah, you can check out that for more plays as well. But we're going to really go through this pretty quick. As for yesterday, we ended up going 2-0 in our video picks. We talked about Jimmy Butler as well. He left the game and got rebooted on all platforms. And then the one play that was pretty much a shoo-in was the hockey play, the hockey goblin that I threw in for you guys. And somehow he sold. So didn't even win the slip. But if you guys weren't like, I'm not taking this hockey guy, we did hit Hartenstein's under dunks. He had 0. And we also hit the other play. So we're going to try to keep that momentum. I think we're on like a little 7-1 run here the past 2 videos. So the reads have been here, and again, plenty of games today. So it should be some good value out there. But if you're new around here, definitely go ahead and subscribe. Leave the video a like, comment something down below. We're going to run through these pretty quick, and then again, I'll probably drop some more in the pinned comments throughout the day. All right, so jumping into the desktop screen, this was the play I gave out yesterday. Again, we were not trying to force anything. The games were not very good. There was a bunch of injury implications happening. And by the way, I called it. Embiid played against the Hornets, who, by the way, sat everyone. No LaMelo, no Brandon Miller, no Mark Williams. That's 3 starters. Embiid goes out and plays a cupcake game against the Hornets, and he's sitting against the Cavs today. Just an Embiid move. I don't know if you're a Philly fan. Just let me know. You're probably mad at Embiid, too. So soft. The biggest guy, most dominant player in the NBA. So soft. But let's get into the plays. Yeah, Giannis was over his field goals attempted with no Dame. Isaiah Hartenstein wasn't even close with that dunks line. That was one of my favorite plays I've seen in a long time. And then Jimmy Butler gets rebooted because he left the game with an illness. Probably won't play today against the Magic either. And then Lucas Raymond. Everything checked out for this one. This was like an A+. Again, I don't know as much about hockey, but I know how to read data. That one was looking amazing. They did score, I think, 2 goals, maybe 3 goals in that game. And he didn't get a single point. So that sucked there. We ended up taking the L. But again, if you didn't use that in the NBA plays, we ended up going 2-0. So let's jump into the first play of the day. Again, we're going to do this on PrizePicks. If you're not on PrizePicks and you want to get into this action, use code RichPicks when signing up. You're going to get $50 instantly. All you got to do is use my code when signing up. Bet $5. They're going to load your account up with $50. Pretty sweet deal. Again, you're risking $5 and then you're going to have $50 to play with. Awesome deal there. And then, of course, if you use my code when signing up, let me know in the comments down below or read the description of this video. It will tell you how to get into touch with me, and you're going to get a free month of my Discord. So it's a pretty sweet deal if you go ahead and use any of my codes, and I do appreciate that. That's what keeps me going over here. So let's go with the first play. It's going to be Steph Curry. Can't go wrong with this guy, except if you bet on him last game where he had 2 points and 2 free throws, didn't hit a single shot. But we're going to go back to him because he doesn't have 2 bad games in a row very often. 28.5 points and assists is the way we're going to run this. Going into his outlier page, we can see a bunch of data on this website, on this app. Again, link in the description if you want to check out Outlier for a free week. 48% of games he has gone over this, and again, he's coming off the worst game in probably his entire career since his rookie season. I don't know. We haven't seen Curry do that in a long time when they lost by 50 to the Memphis Grizzlies, who, by the way, are kind of a sleeper team in this league. But yeah, he's done this a few times, not this bad, but he has had some stinkers this year. 12-2 against Cleveland, where they lost by 20 or so points in that game. Came back with 36-7, and that was against OKC. He had 13-5, came back against the Clippers, another good defense, 26-6. And then another one right here, 14-5 against the Spurs, comes back with 28-7. So he's bounced back from these really bad games every single time so far this season. Again, it's Steph Curry. We don't need to talk about it. He's a great player. He's good at bouncing back. And even ones that he comes down, like doesn't hit his line, he usually has a pretty good game after that. Talking about the matchup against Minnesota, not the best, not the worst. Points allowed 3, assists allowed 18. They definitely run guys off the line, but Curry's not a guy that's going to spot up shoot. He's going to make his own, create his own shot. And again, he's going to be hungry for a win because they lost by 50, and also just some points because he didn't have any yesterday or the last game. The other thing I want to mention is the fact that they lost this game by obviously 50 points. They've lost a few games by a decent amount of points this year. I think only like 3. I think there was like a Houston game. Let me see. I can go here. Lost by, let's just say like 15 plus points. So Cleveland, Minnesota, and Memphis. So let's look at this Cleveland game because I'm pretty sure in all of these games as well, he bounced back. So even if he played well, like this 23-4 game against Minnesota, perfect. That's a perfect example. We can go right here and see that he actually did bounce back. That was 12-6. right here, he did bounce back and go over his line in that next game as well. So Steph Curry, I think, is in a good bounce back spot, 28.5 points and assists. He doesn't have a great market value on PrizePicks right now because I think a lot of people are thinking he's going to bounce back today, but they are projecting the over 28.5. A lot of books that have this are favoring the over at minus 122, minus 125, minus 120, slight favoring the over in terms of market value. So Curry, he's going to be the first play of the day. Hopefully he doesn't stink it up again. I don't know why it's not popping up here. Right there. And yeah, riding with the chef. And then also the last thing I'll point out here is he has pretty good history against the Timberwolves. 4 games in the last 2 years. Went over in 3 of 4 games. So again, tougher defense, but even their most recent matchup on the 8th here, that was right after the Minnesota loss. Came back with a Minnesota win and a good game. Hopefully we can see him do that again today. So pretty good, head-to-head history as well. But now we're going to talk about our next play, and it's going to be Domantas Sabonis over 6 assists. I just want to go to Sabonis in some way. His rebounds line's all the way up at 14. His assists is all the way up at 6. His PRA, I probably, if you don't like his 6 assists because he hasn't been hitting that really consistently this year, I do like his 47.5 fantasy score, but even that's much higher than it was at like 44.5 just last game against the Lakers. But he always plays well against the Lakers. I always say when he plays the Lakers, sprinkle a little bit on his triple-double if you want to do that, because he gets a lot of triples-doubles against these guys. Just missed it with 9 assists in the game, I think 2 days ago or so. But I'd really like his assist potential. He always shows out in terms of distributing the ball against this Lakers team. So let's take a look at him. He's had really good rebounding games, scoring games. He just plays really well against them. So again, fantasy score is another way to play this. But let's pop into Sabonis here, kind of see what he's been doing lately. Let's go to his assist mark. Usually I have this all set up, but again, very much in a rush right now. Over 6 assists. We'll see 2024. He's only gone over this in 35% of games, but that doesn't count all these games that he pushed. Over 5.5, which where I really wanted to get it. I knew it wasn't going to be there, but that's where I wanted to get it. Right here, if we get it at 5.5 assists, you can see he's gone over in 58% of games. So 58% of games to at least push it, with a lot of potential to go over this because he's dominated these guys. 7, 12, 10, 10, and 9 in the past 5 matchups against the Lakers, including 2 this year. We had 10 and 9 assists, so he's averaging 9.5 assists against them this year, even though he hasn't been distributing the ball as much this year. So I like Sabonis on the assists. Again, if you don't love the assists, you don't love that push potential, maybe go to his fantasy score, maybe even his PRA. He just plays really, really well against the Lakers. That's going to be the second play of the day, and we still got one more. And that last play is going to be Derrick White for the Boston Celtics, over 25.5 points, rebounds, and assists. They get Chicago again, kind of a revenge game. I was in the building when they lost to Chicago, but they were shooting threes like it was their job, and it is kind of their job. But yeah, they just weren't hitting them. Derrick White has been very, very consistent all throughout the year. Porzingis came back. He's still very consistent, plays well with him. I know there's a lot of scorers on this team. You don't know whose day it's going to be, but Derrick White's kind of that guy that's always going to chip in with, right around this line and consistently usually over. But is it going to be a Jaylen Brown day? Is it going to be a Tatum day? Both those guys are intriguing to bet on today because the Chicago defense is just horrible. I'd probably lean Jaylen Brown just because he had not as good of a game yesterday. But at the same time, Tatum's been playing really well, and he has a very, very, very good matchup at that power forward spot against the Bulls. With that, again, contradicting myself again, Jaylen Brown has played better against the Bulls in the past. So a lot of guys kind of really good spots for the Celtics here, but Derrick White's just been the most consistent for me. So let's take a look at his PRA, over in 69% of games. That's nice to see. And even with Porzingis back in the lineup, we'll see games with Porzingis. It's not like Porzingis takes all the shots. How about even a higher? 71% of games he's gone over this. Yes, he creeps over a few of these games, but like I said, he's very, very consistent for the year. Then again, you get to see the Chicago defense, points allowed, rebounds allowed, assists allowed. They are one of the worst defenses in the entire league. They got a lot of good offensive players, and this should be a high-scoring game like it was. I guess it wasn't really last time, but the shots were there to be a high-scoring game. They just got to start knocking them down, and even in that game, Derrick White chipped in with all across the board, only 16 points, but I got 8 rebounds, 4 assists. I expect him to do something like that today. Should be probably a close one, unless he goes ballistic like one of these games that he's capable of doing, but I assume this one's going to be relatively close, and he should creep over with 26, 27, 28, 30 PRA or something like that. But I like D. White in this spot. All right, so I wish I had more time to film today, but again, kind of racing the clock here to catch a train. So only 3 plays, Do not put this into a 3-man on PrizePicks. It only pays 5x on PrizePicks. Other apps like Underdog, like Dabble, they're going to pay 6x for 3-mans. So you just don't want to ever do 3-mans on PrizePicks. Put these guys into your parlays. Maybe pick your favorite one or favorite two or all three of them if you like the data behind them, and throw them into a bigger parlay like a 5-man or 6-man. That's kind of how you're supposed to be playing PrizePicks. But yeah, I'm really liking all three of these guys, and just don't submit the 3-man. Again, if you're interested in getting access to the Discord community where I'm going to post all my plays, we got NFL today. I am going to a state that allows college football, so maybe going to be dabbling in that. My state that I live in doesn't allow college football betting. But yeah, there's going to be plenty of NBA value. There's going to be plenty of NFL value, which is going to be fun. And again, if you're also interested in getting there for free, plenty of ways. Just got to sign up for any of my codes for my partners. PrizePicks is great. We use PrizePicks all the time. But if you want to branch out from PrizePicks, get access to more lines and more different types of plays, I want to show you the value on some of these other apps. PrizePicks doesn't have this sort of value. Look at Dabble. You can see all these green plays. These are market value plays, and they're just like PrizePicks. You don't have to worry about minus 200, minus 250 plays. They're fixed payout systems. You just have to worry about going over or under. And then again, you can see the value right here. Betr is another one I really like. They have daily discounts. It's awesome. 2 daily discounts every single day. And again, with Christmas going on, all these apps are going to be giving us more and more discounts. The value on these apps is just absolutely ridiculous. And then Underdog is another good one. Fliff, Chalkboard, Parlay Play. You'll see all of those partner apps in the description of this video. Sign up for anyone you want. Just let me know in the comments or in the free part of the Discord, and I'll go ahead and get you guys that free month. And you're going to get the perks of the deposit match or whatever their promo is for whenever you guys sign up. Everything, again, laid out in the description of this video. But again, sorry for the expedited video here. You can see Underdog as a profit boost. Maybe you want to check that out. But yeah, again, I'm trying to catch a train, and hopefully you guys got something from this. But if you're new around here, usually we do it a little bit more streamlined. I'm not rushing through my speaking, and usually we have a couple more plays as well. But we do what we can, and wanted to get a video out. Didn't want to just take the day off. So there's going to be plenty more plays out in the Discord, maybe in the pinned comment. And I'm rambling at this point. I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace out.